I'm interested in your take on how it has all unfolded, that the UK has changed its position as to whether its bases can or can't be used, and the extent to which that may have damaged the relationship with the United States.
Yes, well, I've heard that from sources that there has been frustration on the US side about the British position in the run-up to the operation that Donald Trump launched over the weekend, that the UK was saying that they couldn't use British bases, including Diego Garcia in the Chagos Islands, for American jets to launch strikes. Clearly, it hasn't been an instrumental setback in terms of the American ability to project weapons onto Iran. However, like you say, it's definitely, I think, strained relations a bit. And now, of course, the UK position has evolved and it is allowing American planes to launch these strikes. And, you know, you heard the Foreign Secretary there trying to sort of make clear the definition between defensive strikes and offensive strikes, which does all sound pretty confusing to a layperson. Clearly, the distinction they're making is that they've told the Americans that they could use British bases to launch strikes into Iran that degrade Iran's ability to launch missiles and bombs against targets in the region. That's where this defensive side of things comes along. And clearly for the UK, it's becoming a really alarming problem. You've got, of course, 300,000 British citizens living or holidaying or working in the region that is currently under fire. And that's a nightmare for the Foreign Office in terms of its very, very limited capability now to be able to do anything meaningful to rescue those people, should that be the step that needs to be taken. And then, probably more alarmingly in terms of the immediate term, is the risk to British military assets in the region. We've seen that very vividly overnight. I understand that drone strike that we've been reporting about against RAF Akrotiri in Cyprus, it happened at about 10 o'clock last night. You heard from the Foreign Secretary there revealing new details about the strike, that it hit the runway, which is going to potentially be a problem given that the runway is used to launch the fighter jets that are based in Akrotiri. And we've also learnt this morning from the Ministry of Defence that RAF families that are based at this site, it's a large military base. You have service personnel there and their families, because it's a Mediterranean island. It's a nice place to live. There are schools on that site. Those families now have been moved as a precautionary measure from RAF Akrotiri to alternative accommodation on Cyprus. And that underlines the real effect that this is having on British military personnel in the region. Yes, the Prime Minister has made it very clear and has gone to great lengths to talk about the upping of our defensive capabilities in Cyprus, also in Qatar. We've deployed F-35 jets to Cyprus, Typhoon jets to Qatar in the run-up to anticipated American military action against Iran. Those warplanes are flying in the skies and providing defensive capabilities, but they don't have the ability to shoot down ballistic missiles, and they are the biggest risk that Iran poses right now. Yes, we have ground-based counter-drone units also in operation, but our capability is very limited, and we really will be relying on the Americans when it comes to defending Cyprus, for example.